Ladies and gentlemen, what was meant to be a peaceful protest turned out to be a violent one. This after a group in Karnataka essentially wanted to raise awareness about Kannada signboards. What essentially happened thereafter was the fact that as the rally progressed, you had the clashes that were taking place. This when signboards which were in English were brought down. This led to a massive scuffle that took place. Take a look at some of the reports that have been filed by my colleague Prajwal.
We are now here at this mall where hundreds of these pro-Kannada activists are being dragged and detained by the cops as well. So you can clearly look at it. So these were the people who had gone inside the mall as well. So simultaneous infiltration from the back gate as well as the front gate too, and now slogans are being called out against the government of Karnataka and stating that they should be downed. Let's go across and just get in a voice as well from a few of them as well. Madam,
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಆಚೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿ ನಾಮರ್ದ್ರವರು. ಆಚೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್, ಆಚೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಏಷ್ಯಾದವರೇ ಆಚೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮಾಲ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದ್ರೆ. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್? ಬೌನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
So this is basically the protesters who are out there in huge numbers as well, going ahead and protesting. A massive protest being staged out here because this entire road has been blocked off. Look at it, entire road has been blocked off. More and more protesters coming in now. We're looking at more and more protesters coming in. Look at them, more protesters coming in right there on our screens as well. Even as the lady is being dragged away now. Several pro-Kannada activists now going ahead and protesting out there. So you can clearly go ahead and look at it that this is massive out here. Hundreds of pro-Kannada activists are trying to go ahead and come out here. Bhagat, let's just focus on the entrance of the mall as well, because this particular mall was barricaded, but even then they managed to surpass the security as well. So this is out there, the ruckus, the drama that is being seen out here on our screens as well. So this is exactly what is happening out here as more and more protesters are being dragged away from outside this particular mall. So this is a huge show of strength by the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike, but it is only getting ugly as the female karyakartas are coming out in huge numbers and are protesting against the government, stating that immediately Kannada signboards should be implemented. With video journalist Bhagat, Prajwal Prasad reporting for Republic from Bengaluru. This is a heated argument out here. Between the establishment and Karnataka Rakshana Vedike out there. They're trying to assault an employee. They're trying to assault an employee out there on a screen. They're trying to assault an employee out there, some fringe elements. So no, you're looking at them. You're looking at them right there on the screens. You're looking at them that they are trying to in fact go ahead and vandalize them. Go ahead and vandalize the property. Out there. So the police are out here. They're trying to control. Now you can look at it. Miscreants are in fact going inside as well. They're trying to demolish the showroom. They're trying to, in fact, even demolish the showroom. Look at this. They have gone inside. There is total chaos. It's complete chaos out here. Properties being destroyed and damaged in the heart of the city in Bengaluru. Properties being destroyed and damaged out here. Look at these employees. They're terrified. They're horrified. In fact, look at these employees. Out there. So this is absolutely, it shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't have been done in the first place. But this is completely out of control. Out here. This is sheer hooliganism, sheer vandalism out here. on the streets of Bengaluru city. Property being damaged out here. Now we are looking at it. We are looking at it that that the name boards are again being vandalized. Vandalizing name boards was one, but they went one step far. They tried to in fact go inside, assault the employee. Let's go ahead, get in a word from the employee. Let's go and get in a word from the employee. We'll go ahead, get in a word from the employee as well. The entire property they stormed in. They went inside. The boards were removed. It has been broken away now, but this is absolutely shameful. Absolutely shameful. No police. There's been no police here. The police was a mere spectator out there. One person against around 150 to 200 people. Damage. They even went to the extent of assaulting a few things. This should not have been done. The Pro-Kannada organizations have now continued its vandalization spree, and you can clearly see now that a luxury car showroom is being vandalized, which is the BMW showroom out here by one Pro-Kannada activist, even as the employees of the showroom look on as well. And now there will be questions, in fact, questioned whether foreign investments will be safe out here in Bengaluru. That is also yet another question, because if they cannot go ahead and give protection to these, car makers who come from abroad and set up their showrooms out here in Bengaluru, in the heart of the city, then it is absolutely shocking as well at this point of time, because what is happening is that they are going parallelly. There is one part of the rally which is going on the flyover. There is one coming by the service road as well. So this is a massive protest which is going on, even as hundreds of Pro-Kannada activists are marching along in the city. With video journalist Bhagat Prajwal Prasad reporting for Republic from Bengaluru. We are in front of a gated community. Even this gated community is not being spared, as well as KRV activists are going ahead pelting stones at it and are also falling on the police. Look at them. Look at them. In fact, they are falling at the police as well, and they're also resorting to a mild lathi charge too. Even as hundreds of Pro-Kannada activists are going ahead and charging at the cops as well. This shows the sorry state of affairs where they have not been able to control the law and order situation out here in Bengaluru, as all of them are charging at the police officials who are trying to do their duty and stopping them from resorting to this vandalism as well. So you can clearly look at it as well that these these activists are charging at the cops as well, and now they're being sent away, even as many of them are being dragged into. So this clearly shows the sad state of affairs which Bengaluru is going ahead and witnessing. A lot of violence that is being witnessed today in Bengaluru, with more and more number of people going out here as the gated community boards are being damaged. We're looking at the Pro-Kannada activists going there. We're looking at these Pro-Kannada activists going in to damage and vandalize these boards out here. And therefore, this clearly goes ahead and shows that all of this will have to be, all of this will have to be put in Kannada, at least 60% of it as well. You can look at it right there on the left of our screens as well. There is complete damage. It's been brought down. It's all been brought down completely. It's absolute destruction out there as well. And on the other side, now we are looking that the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike activists are going ahead and protesting out right in front of this gated community. So ugly scenes being witnessed. They're doing a sit-in protest. In fact, they're sitting there on the floor and they're protesting, saying that until it is removed, they will not be clearing away. So they're blocking the entry and exit point of this gated community as well. So this clearly goes ahead and shows that, all of this is being pulled in now. All of this is being removed out there. You can go on and see that it's being destroyed completely. It's being destroyed completely. The name boards are being destroyed completely. The police are trying to have words. The police are trying to go ahead and calm it. But seems like they are not willing. They are not willing to listen. Women KRV activists are going ahead and clashing with the cops as well. They're going ahead and clashing with the cops too. So this goes ahead and shows the state of affairs out here in Bengaluru city, where lots and lots of property is being damaged. But seems like the cops are yet to go ahead and take stock of this entire situation. because more and more cops are coming in huge numbers, but at the same point of time, the KRV activists are also going ahead and fighting it out there. So this clearly goes ahead and shows the sorry state of affairs. Even as we report from this gated community out here in Bengaluru, they've also in fact even stopping a water tanker also from going in. The police are going to go ahead and try and do their duty, but seems like that there is a lot of problem at the same point of time. They're trying to break open this, they're trying to break open this particular board, but throwing stones as well. Even the bollards are being thrown away. Stones are being pelted, and more number of activists coming out in huge number too. So this is absolutely shocking. A trial of destruction which is now being left by the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike activist, with video journalist Bhagat Prajwal Prasad reporting for
with regards to the investigation that has been carried out pertaining to the sound of explosion that was heard by Israeli embassy officials, and thereafter, remember, the security agencies were certainly in a tizzy. The investigation which is now being carried out by the National Investigation Agency along with the Delhi Police Special Cell. We're just getting more details of the investigation that has been carried out so far. Some specific details that we have as of now at our disposal, starting with the fact that where did the blast actually take place. We're being told that the noise of the blast was heard at a house which is 260 meters from the Israeli embassy. This house happens to be on the backside of the Israel embassy. In fact, this area is not marked or essentially covered by the CCTV. That's the latest that we are being told. The spot has been cordoned off. Shrubs and leaves that were basically in and around that area have been plucked by the forensic examination team. Both the BDS as well as the NSG teams were at the spot earlier in the day. A total of roughly over 20 hours of search that has been carried out. Remember, the confusion essentially emanating from the fact that the agencies, immediately after they received the PCR call, roughly around 5:43 in the late evening, they could not really come across any explosive material. That is the reason why, remember, the search actually continued till about late last night. Also in the morning, we had another team of the National Investigation Agency as well as the NSG really stepping in. It turns out the National Investigation Agency would also be parallelly investigating this entire matter, because from this particular, what we are being told right now is the fact that a letter which was written in Hindi addressing the Prime Minister of Israel was recovered from the spot. Does it belong to any particular group? Sources within the Delhi Police Special Cell essentially indicating that a name of a particular organization was also written in that letter that was recovered by the police. As of now, with regards to the investigation that is being carried out, they haven't really been able to pinpoint as to who exactly is responsible, whether at all this is some sort of an explosion, even if it is a firecracker that actually burst. Those details are yet to come in from the police at this point in time, as the searches still continue, and the National Investigation Agency also looking into this aspect. Remember, late last evening, we are also being told that the exit points were also being manned, so much so that all flights leaving from the national capital, especially international flights, they too were being monitored by the agencies concerned, because they were looking at who exactly was responsible. As far as the Israel embassy goes, they still maintain that they did actually hear any sound of explosion, and that happened just barely few meters away from the Israel embassy. Remember, that's a highly fortified area in the national capital where the sound of explosion actually was heard. And moment thereafter, when the embassy officials stepped out, they saw smoke billowing out from a tree nearby. And it turns out that this was roughly about 260 meters away from the Israeli embassy. That happens to be on the rear end, is what we are being told right now from our sources within both the agencies. The National Security Guard have also been roped in to carry out the probe. Now, as far as Israel embassy is concerned, remember that entire area is still been cordoned off Section 144 was actually imposed when there were multiple threats that were actually received by the Israeli embassy. So it certainly is on the radar of several of these groups. These are the latest details that we are picking up as far as the investigation goes. We'll try and see if we can connect with any of the reporters right now getting us more details. I'm told that Akil is joining us on this broadcast. Akil, walk us through the details that you are getting for us right now. What is it that the police have been able to establish so far?
What we know so far that earlier when that incident happened yesterday last evening around 5:43 p.m. and then after that the local police have been called up over there. Delhi police local team have reached over there, and then after that we saw that a special cell unit team also roped in, and then the NIA team have been called in. The NIA team have started that investigation from that point, and after that what we saw this morning, the fresh development that another team have roped in this morning itself around 10:45 p.m. when the NIA team, and apart from that the NSG team also reached over there to check over there and complete the investigation process at the very ground level. Because what has happened when that incident took place, the witness over there last evening said that there was a sound after which the police has been informed, and the police squads were there, and they have been working on the bomb disposal team have been called in, and then after that it was clear that there was no such major damage which was being done by the suspects. Or in this case, the latest update that we are getting in this case that a letter has been found by the police team investigating the case, and that letter is crucial, is a very crucial evidence in this case, because the letter is written with a letterhead which identifies itself as Sir Allah Resistance. So there is no clarity on that part, what kind of organization that Sir Allah Resistance is. And what we know so far that abusive words were used, threatening words were used in that letter. Apart from that, what we know so far that the letter was found wrapped in an envelope which was enclosed in a flag. So that was a major concern. What we know so far that the letter was basically being written in the name of it was basically addressed to the ambassador of Israeli embassy. So the latest input that we are getting, that police is still waiting for FSL report. So what we saw earlier this morning, Shawan, that all the CCTV footages were approximately 500 CCTV footage, and approximately 5 million calls were being checked, and the police have...
Akil, thank you very much for getting us the latest details. Investigation that is still underway. Shift to focus now to the other big story that we've been tracking. In fact, remember, the peace deal between the centre and ULFA is in the final rounds. We give it to understand a peace pact is likely to be inked by both sides on the 29th of December. In fact, the pro-talk faction of ULFA is currently camping in the national capital. Republic also spoke to some of the members who played an instrumental role in the negotiation which started back in 2011. Listen in to some of the interviews that we've got for you.
When we initiated the talk, actually, basically it was my effort, and with Professor Mamuni Roshon Goswami at the front. So we exchanged a letter in 2004. At the end of 2004, Mamuni Roshon Goswami sent a letter to GO, Government of India, to the Prime Minister himself, and the letter was, the green signal was given. And then I pleaded with the Alpha leadership, especially Paresh Burua, and he said for the first time in 25 years that you go ahead. Then again there was an exchange of letter in 2005, in February and in June. And then there was a deadlock. And to break the deadlock, the PCG was formed, and I was officially a member of the PCG. But see, in Assam, we want the whole Alpha unit, one unit for talks. But what happened? In 2010, when Hasina government came, in 8 December, Hasina government came, and then they led to a crackdown, and in 2009, Raskwa and a few other senior functionaries, they were caught and they were handed over to the Government of India. Then in 2011, they started the peace process. At the time, the Home Minister was P. Chidambaram. And he did a great mistake. by declaring that the talk can be held without Paresh Barua. Paresh Barua is not only the military chief of ULFA, but his name is synonymous with ULFA. Like the Indian National Congress, Gandhi's name was synonymous with the Indian National Congress, or a symbolic head. So ULFA's symbolic head, anywhere you go in Assam, Paresh Barua's name is synonymous with ULFA. In 2011, when they initiated the talk with the Charter of Demand, that too prepared by, Hongjukta, Parishad, Honmilita Jatiyo Parishad, headed by Hiren Gohai. So, Hiren Gohai, we all know that he was opposed to the historic Assam agitation or agitation against the foreigners, and he was basically against the ULFA's movement. But at that time, ironically, he became the figurehead of the entire, the Charter of Demands. So it is very surprising that the Charter of Demand placed by ULFA leadership to Government of India is written by a team headed by Hiren Gohai, not by ULFA leaders themselves. And that Charter of Demands, actually, it was, it lacked the aspirations and expectations of the people. Because in Assam, we are facing a very peculiar situation. It is not like that the people are facing in other Indian states. We are now being outnumbered by foreigners. At the same time, people are very poor, irrespective of the natural resources we are having. So that led to, that internal colonization or neglect by New Delhi has led to the armed rebellion in 79 with the formation of ULFA. And after, almost 43 years of ULFA's history, with the division that came with the announcement by Chidambaram that without Paresh Barua, the talks can be held, and that has led to the formation of ULFA Independent in 2012. The people of Assam, they want one organization, not divided into two. Now, they are going to sign an accord, and ULFA Independent remained as an organization, with Paresh Barua heading that organization, and their camps are basically based in Myanmar.
So basically, you are blaming the Congress for this fail to bring in Paresh Barua, and at the same time you want to say that without Paresh Barua, these talks will not succeed, or the signing of peace accord will not, materialize on the ground.
See, they have, just now I mentioned that the Charter of Demand prepared by a team headed by Professor Hiren Gohai, and that too he was against that movement, and the Chidambaram historic blunder, you can say, by saying that it can be done without Paresh Barua. So that has led to the division of the organization in 2012, or in fact in 11, but they have taken in a different shape or a different organization in 2012, the ULFA Independent, headed by Paresh Barua. So if you leave Paresh Barua, anybody you go and talk to any damn person in Assam, this ULFA means Paresh Barua's name is synonymous with ULFA. So if you minus him, so there is no use. Now you can sign an accord with Raskov faction, but the main issue or the core issue will remain. The Indo-Assam conflict will remain without Paresh Barua.
My one question that I particularly have in mind is that, say, what the government is also saying, that after the signing of this accord with the Pro-Talk faction, they will have ample time to focus separately for talks with Paresh Barua. Do you think that that is going to bring in some realistic view here in the state?
Yes, definitely. See, during some of his interaction with me, Paresh Barua has clearly he has mentioned, I think he has sent a message to government also, that they can go ahead with Rashtra's faction. He has nothing to do with it. So if Rashtra's faction, if they sign an accord, then the government can focus entirely on the Paresh Barua's faction or ULFA Independent. Yes, definitely it will be a very practical thing to do.
What do you think? What will be the outcome of this peace pact to be signed on December 29th?
See, already I have mentioned the Charter of Demands presented to Government of India by a committee headed by Professor Hiren Guhai. It is a weak Charter of Demands, politically weak. And basically, now what they are saying, that they are trying to fulfill the clause 6A of the Assam Accord. ULFA was formed to liberate in Assam from the clutches of the Indian colonial exploitation. And everybody, they wanted that, there should be an alternative arrangement, at least some political package where the indigenous people or the Assamese and all the indigenous people of Assam, they have some political, safeguards along with their, the right over land and resources.